Okay. So I kept meaning to record, I swear. I kept forgetting, and then I would put it off, and then I would forget. The new thing that's been taking up a good portion of my time, I'm studying for my pharmacy tech license. Um my daughter is already a pharmacy technician. Excuse me. Pardon me. Um and I recently started working for a pharmaceutical company. It is not a part of my job, like it's not a need. But I was like, oh, I should do it. So I ordered a book that I don't like. Um, I think I wanted like, I was looking for certain things. So the book is actually fine. It's just not what I was looking for. So keep that in mind. And then, yeah, so it wasn't what I was looking for specifically. I'm sure it's going to be very helpful. I'm not going to send it back. I don't do a lot of remorse purchases. I don't buy stuff and then return it. So there's that. But so I'm going to keep it, and I'm probably going to read it. Just because there's usually helpful information in there, but I feel like I know what I'm looking for, so I'm going to go to like Barnes or something and see if I can find a book that I want. My daughter doesn't recommend it, but Gen Z brain, Gen Z, yeah, because she's not a millennial. So a Gen Z brain learns differently than a Gen X brain. But she was like, no, Mom, it's a waste of money. And I'm like, well, I'm one of the Y people. So I've been on Quizlet. I have a little ring on my finger. I've been on Quizlet kind of studying like at least the top 200 drugs. And going through that, and that's been fun. I'm familiar with a lot of them. Obviously been in medicine for a little while, so some of it is very familiar. Some of it is very new, and I love that. And there are things that are on some of the flashcards that are made within Quizlet that I'm a Y person, so I want to know like all the things. So, and it's taken me down a couple of rabbit holes, and I feel like if I go to like Barnes or a bookstore and look through some of the books, I'll find one that kind of, is catered to the way I learn. And that's some of the reason why I haven't recorded, because after work, sometimes at night, I'll just study for the pharmacy tech exam. So I'll study, then I'll say I'll record tomorrow, then I'll forget, and blah, 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 and it just gets out of hand. So I was studying before I started recording, and then I was like, oh crap, I haven't uploaded a video. So I stopped. It's about 8 o'clock. The days are getting longer anyway. There's more daylight, and I was like, I need to record. So that's what I'm doing. New job. Pardon me. New job. Going well. There are things that you don't prefer about anywhere you work. I actually don't prefer to work for other people. That's just me. But that's my position right now. So I take what I got. So there are things that you just don't prefer. You're like, oh, I really don't prefer that. But at the same time, I love medicine. I love its flaws and all of the things. So it's just my personal preference on the way some of the things are being done, and that's fine. I mean, it's gonna get done regardless. It doesn't have to be done my way. It doesn't have to be done the way I want it. So it's fine. It is what it is. Work. Studying for the exam for work. Oh man. fast. Our brain is like, what do we need to talk about? The fast, I am still fasting. So official 90 days no eating was June 7th. Yes, I believe. That was 90 days. It is June 11th, I believe. Let's look at Ted Watch. It will tell us what today is. It's supposed to tell us what, yes, Wednesday, June 11th. I feel like a dork now because some days I was like, what's today? And I don't know. And then I had my watch on the whole time. So there's that. Today is June the 11th. So this would be day 94 or something like that. So technically I started March 1st, but I had 3 days where I ate raw and 1 day where I ate high raw, and it wasn't even all day long. It was just like a salad one day, a lettuce wrap one day, another salad another day, and then a bowl at Bibi Bop a different day. So all different days where I broke the juice fast and just ate something for whatever reason. So technically I've been fasting since March 1st, or juice feasting since March 1st. But I don't count that first 9 days because the 10th was March the 10th is when it was clean with no food. I still haven't eaten anything. I was talking to my sister and I was like, I just want the moment. I want good music and a sharp knife and a giant watermelon and the time to bless God for the fruit of my fast, and just to be grateful. And there's also something pending. I feel like something's just kind of unfinished, if you will. Like it doesn't seem right. Obviously, I have a lot going on, but it's just pending. That's what I'm gonna say. So I'm content right now with still being on a juice feast or a feast of sorts where I don't eat anything and everything has to at least be able to get through a straw. And I constitute that by saying, like a clean juice feast just involves juice. I have been doing smoothies every now and again, or very consistently, depending on the situation. But I haven't eaten anything, not yet. So it depends on who you are, and it depends on how strict and how stringent you are on the idea. But I haven't eaten anything since March 10th. March 10th, I think March 9th I ate something. So March 10th was the last day. I don't have anything. I have a lot of ideas that I need to kind of figure out how to do, if you will. Statistically, no, not statistically. I'm very funny, I feel like. And everybody in the world has facets, right? So I feel like if you start a channel or a platform one way, that would be the constant expectation. Like if you start comedically, or if you start with music, or if you start with, all the things, then that's the expectation. And while I'm quite the jest sometimes, I think facet-wise and the way I live and what I want to display fully, I think this was my idea, to just start with like my normal talkative, long-winded, verbose personality. Like I'm not always being funny. I'm introverted real bad. And so for a full spectrum, I feel like this was the best way to start for me. I didn't want to start with a bunch of ideas and bogging myself down with ways to figure out, like how to edit and all the things. more just to display like what it's like to just have a conversation with me or to hear me talk. Because that's the thing. So I think this was the best way to start, and I'm okay with that. I don't need to, I don't want to feel like I have to entertain all the time. And if authenticity attracts a crowd, or a people, then this is probably it. This is it. The introversion, I guess there's a spectrum for everything. So there are times when there's lots and lots and lots of quiet. And I don't have to hear my voice for like long periods of time. I've gone a very long time without saying anything. So I feel like this is closer to who I am as a person, if you will.